C'est la vie indeed. Oh, you are listening to session 74 of Primordial Harmony, a retelling of the classic Elemental Evil story in the Dungeons & Dragons multiverse. My name is Michael. I am the DM, I run this, and tonight I'm joined by...
Hello, my name is Senna, and I'm playing both Delia the Gnome Wizard and Snow the Elven Tempest Cleric.
And I am Kitties, and I will be playing the Gnome Bard, and then later May the Eladrin Elf fight.
Hello, my name is Miles. I'm playing two characters as well. I've got Tadias Adonov, which is a Seeker Asimar, and the other side I have Chadicus Winthrop, a human druid.
I'm Nyx, and I'm playing Box. She's a human rogue. And then I'm going to be playing Bite, and she is a Tabaxi monk.
And our intrepid Shovel Knight dad will be NPC'd by me because Zaffin fell asleep. It's unfortunate. And we'll just have to deal. So last time, when we last left the Excavators... Turning down this, god. Alright. After a short catnap and a bit of deliberation, and being informed by Professor Icegleam of her special experimental arcane renewal potions, Delia, Hum, Tadias, Vox, and Zachriel head into Akka from the student flat with the assistance of the Professor of Illusions, Nellie Morninghall, covering their trail with a hallucinatory terrain. The party begins to systematically search the rooms and halls of Akka on their way to the classroom with the potions. Hum and Delia take one each. They then begin to make their way to the summoning laboratory classroom. On their way, they find a professor, a halfling by the name of Adelar Covelli, shielding himself from gnolls and a student, now cultist mage. The party defeats the creatures and leave the mage alive. Hum and Tadias move to interrogate the student as Delia goes to escort the professor out of the school. The former student gloats of how the teachers are bound and being drained of their magical energies for the chained god and seems to be aware that there's nothing left for him to do under the party's power. He tries to flee with Misty Step, but Tadias swiftly dispatches him. The Excavators continue on toward the summoning room. In the lobby in front of the entrance, they encounter two more supplicant mages and a gnoll pack lord. Combat breaks out as a mage casts a greater invisibility spell on the gnoll, but one of the party knocks the mage out of concentration, and just for a moment, as Zachriel runs to engage with one of the mages, he sees the gnoll facing toward the mage, raising his glaive. He had no time to make sense of this or point it out before Tadias assaulted the creature. The mages and the gnoll were dispatched, and the party moved into the summoning room. Inside it was dark, only illuminated by light spilling from what must be a planar rift in the floor. Professors bound to the pillars inside, groaning in pain as their magical energies were sapped from them. The party was accosted by 5 gnolls and 3 more occult mages. During the fight, the party would see the chaotic energy being slung by the mages sucked into the rift, and Hum, all on her own on one side of the room, was struck by strange arrows that seemed to weaken her own magical power. Despite this, the fight was won, but as the last mage fell, they all reanimated to taunt the Excavators. While you fret and dally about here, the chained god and his champion empower his cult pawns. They will release the princes of the apocalypse upon these lands, and all you love will turn to oblivion. And I will take you there. The last mage falls, they do that thing. All the teachers are still groaning in pain as you look around and you can see how they're bound. That their hands are tied, or their wrists are bound together, and the ropes are sort of lashed about their fingers so that they can't move them or cast spells.
I'm gonna immediately start untying them from the pillar.
I'm going to join her and begin moving across.
As
Big
does
magic gash in the ground.
Me too.
They all kind of groan as you move them around. Zachriel joins in to help. And he walks over here, and you hear him say, "Oh no.
The hell is going on?
This one's dead." And then you hear, it sort of, or you don't hear, but you sort of feel the pressure in the room drop suddenly. And this man down here isn't represented well by his token, but it's a tiefling man. And he cries out, "Oh no! The rift is going to collapse! We need to get out of here!"
I double time the bind breaking.
Just pulls out her dagger and starts slicing through rope.
Alright, so you guys double time, slicing these ropes, getting everyone sort of collected, and you feel the pressure, like, it's weird. It's like you feel like you can move more freely in a strange way, like you have more strength than necessary to move, and you have trouble sort of calibrating yourself to that. But you manage to free everyone, and as you get everyone out the door, you can sort of feel the pressure rise suddenly, and then there's this really, it's soundless, but you feel this concussive force just kind of spread past you. And looking back, you can see that the rift is closed, but all of the pillars are broken and scattered on the floor.
Where do we go now, guys? We've got to get these guys out here and over to a safe area.
So the closest places we can think of are the Wayshield area or all the way up north. Bridge. I think it's faster.
We should at least get them to the area where the other teachers are.
I think that's the other party, right?
No,
No.
it was us.
Yeah.
Where are they located?
Right there.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, you weren't there for half the session for that, that's right.
Yeah, it's very briefly in that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I'm down with that.
As far as I can remember, they have a pretty good healer.
Let's do that then.
Alright, so you guys start making your way out of the school. And you find that indeed one of them is dead. And these teachers are sort of slow going. But they're still kind of weak and wobbly on their knees, but they're following, and Zachriel is like holding some of them up.
One of the teachers is dead?
Yes. One of them was dead against the pillar they were on.
Should we bring the body with us?
How many teachers were there in total?
Let them know that
Hold on a second.
We might not have the means to do so. But...
There were a list that I can look at for my own benefit. There are 11 of them. 11 in total, one of them being dead.
And they're able to walk on their own? Do they need assistance to walk?
Some of them seem to be shuffling on their own. Zachriel's already helping two of them.
It might be better to just leave the body here then and let them know.
I just throw 2 teacher's arms over my shoulders and I kind of just carry them out behind Zachariel.
There's this otherwise very confidently dressed, and by that I mean this is older man, human man with a gray beard, and he's wearing high heel boots. He looks back at the poor woman who has passed away, and he says, "Oh, Charmaine," shaking his head.
Do any of you have the strength to carry her?
This water genasi, who actually looks pretty swole, except he looks drained. He says, "I can give it a try." And he reaches down.
Tries cure wounds on him to see if that helps.
Okay. I think that before you spend that slot, Hum kind of understands what's going on with them because she feels the same pressure. She has sort of this empathetic flash looking at them because you yourself have been drained of your magical resources.
Okay, so she just offers him more.
He picks her up and does that bridal carry thing and is slowly shifting. So you guys start making your way through the halls, down flights of stairs, and you start to hear the sound of hyena laughter.
Is there anywhere we can put the teachers to protect them during?
There's an empty classroom right next to you.
Has it been one of the ones that we've already seen?
One of the classrooms you cleared?
Yeah.
Well, if you're going back the way you came, yes.
So Hum looks at the teachers and says, "Let us take care of whatever's right in front of us, and we'll come back for you. Bar the door and wait for us."
Mm-hmm. The tiefling man says. And rounding the corner, you actually see a tiefling woman who is sort of doing that jog run, and she's looking behind herself and she says, quickly! And around the corner behind her are 5 Delia, you recognize them as students. And behind them are a gaggle of gnolls. And we'll find out how many. And I'll take over Zachariel.
Hum says to them, "Friend or foe?"
Tiefling woman says, "Friend! We're being chased! Help us!" And Zachariel doesn't waste any time and rushes past them. And I'll just say for his sake, he rolls an athletics check. Attaboy. He didn't have advantage, but it still counts.
Delia's gonna send 3 scorching rays, arcing through the hallway toward 3 different.
Alright. Oh fuck, there's 8 of them. Damn.
Hum is sending Mind Sliver their way.
And Vox is right behind Zachriel, coming with her short.
Oh yeah, taking that opportunity for that sneak attack.
Oof,
Don't know why I had it on disadvantage.
Well, it doesn't matter because it would be the first one anyway. The right.
Yeah, rolling a 3 sucks. I'm gonna use an improvise as a resource. I think it's my last one. I'm literally done and everything, and I'm gonna try to just throw a Rezier, miss, and like grab some kind of debris off the ground and wax one with it.
Okay. Improvises +3.
Sweet.
Oh man, you needed it too. So the individual DC was 20.
Well, and hum should be +3 too, right? 'Cause it's a spell, but can't.
It's a cantrip, not a spell. Or it's
Oh,
not a
okay.
leveled spell.
Okay.
So unfortunately you don't get that. Let me tally these up right quick. If you rolled under a... Oh, the fuck? If you rolled under a... under a 20, you'll take a little bit of damage. And I don't think anybody rolled high enough to remove any, so we'll see if you guys pass the thing. Oh, you don't. Let's see here. Ooh. Okay. Well, you guys take some hits as you engage these three dudes, chomping and biting everywhere as Zachriel is like just trying to shove off and give everybody space, but some of them get through and do some damage. And everybody's gonna take 10 damage from nasty bites. And then everybody who rolled under 20 is gonna take this. 7. But you do clear them away. Oh, thank you, says the tiefling woman. She says, she says, I'm Orthia Dunzak. Will you help us get out of here?
Yes, let's get the teachers out of here too.
You found...
Um,
you have them?
Asked Tadias, can you put your face in the window and knock on the door so they'll let...
Yeah, I'll go through. I'm gonna move up to the door and kind of knock on it. Kind of put my spots.
Human man slowly opens, peeks out. Is it safe?
We've got the path. It's time to go.
All right.
I
And
found this woman. Do you know her?
he says, "Oh, Orthia." And a lot of the other teachers like sound out her name in recognition. So glad you're safe.
Everybody who can help the teachers. We need to get them out of here as quickly as possible.
It seems that being not attached to this magic draining whatever they were a part of, they seem to be regaining their balance and their gumption, and they seem able-bodied enough, and they start briskly walking alongside you. And in time, you make it out of the school, the dispelled pocket still present.
Is the hallucinatory train still up?
You don't know. There's no way for you to tell. But as you guys leave the door, Zachriel freezes. And he looks to the party and he says, "We need to get to the Wayshield Headquarters. From the south. Now." He starts briskly walking, turns into a jog.
Hum yells after him. Wait, we have all of these people. We can't move them like that.
And he stops, jogging in place, coming back, and he says, Okay, but let's hurry. And he is like he's doing the thing where he's like, come on, hurry now, let's go. Almost shoving a couple of teachers, but not really. He seems very concerned.
Starts helping.
So, you guys, it takes about 5 minutes to get them ushered back to the safe house. And he says, come on, let's go. Please. He doesn't say please, he says, we need to go.
Is there still guards here so that...
Yeah, there's militia people here. And they're, like, impressed looking as you guys bring back all of these teachers. That's not what I want.
Zachariel's trying to move, so I'm following him.
Just lets the guards know we're headed towards the Wayshields. We'll be back as soon as we can.
They nod. We can take care of it from here, if you've evacuated the place.
To the best of our ability at this time.
We weren't the most thorough, but a lot of them were in one location.
They nod.
We have to go.
Do what you must.
Zachariel's not going to wait for us.
He's already
We gotta go.
jogging down the thing. So let's see.
Yells after Zachariel. Delia and I have short legs. Wait.
I'm gonna look something up real quick.
Fox is gonna ask, "Where's that pony of yours?"
To Delia?
Pokes Delia.
I can't. Delia's like covered in blood at this point, and looks exhausted. I can't. I can't do it.
Tadias, can you carry Delia?
Yeah, I can. I kind of like just crouch near her and let her kind of like grab on, piggyback style. Do you need me to just carry you, or can you hold on?
Uh-oh.
I can hold on. I'm not sure how much help I'm going to be in a fight. I've got a little bit of juice left, but not a lot.
This has not been easy, I know.
Alright, so we're going to shift perspective to to GTF. So this is right after Chadicus gets that message from Gordon that the Wayshield Headquarters is being swamped by these gnolls. It was, to remind you, it was hope you're finished at Akka. Dozens of gnolls pouring in from the south, assaulting headquarters. Come from the north, they have us flanked. Zachariel meant to say, go from the north.
Okay.
By the way.
Gotcha. And does someone want to...
You guys are in, I think you guys were still in Lathander's... Oh, wait, no. Yeah, you were in Lathander's,
Oh, we didn't make it to Lathander's, that's right.
You just finished killing the... Oh, wait, what am I doing? I had a thing. I was gonna bore you to death with another recap. For funsies.
I thought we were up here because we just dropped off the snowstorm.
He did.
Well, no, you dropped off them before you went to the Temple of Lathander.
That's right.
But
That's right.
When we, which will all be detailed right now. When we last left Gordon's task force, Snow, Chadicus, Maeve, Bit, Ignacio, and Kine, after making the strange path...
No Ignacio.
He didn't
He's not
leave.
with us.
He didn't leave yet. You're still last session. You're still in the woods. After marking a strange path in the Northwall Woods, they continued on the Forest Stride. As they made their way west, they realized that Ignacio had seemingly disappeared. See, I told you. They stopped and wondered about it, and tried to piece together where he might have gone for several minutes. Snow ended up casting Sending to reach out to him. The reply was stern and a bit troubling. Ignacio asked to not be pursued, for he had other obligations. GTF continued on. Arriving in Forest Stride, they saw the city in a sort of controlled chaos. Gnolls prowled as militiamen escorted groups of citizens to the Citadel. The party assisted a squad of militiamen. After asking where the fighting was really at, they were pointed down Market Avenue to the horse seller, Fosser's Steeds. They cleared out the gnolls within, and found another gnoll spawner and took it out. Once out of the bloody building, Snow was quick to urge the party to the Temple District. Exploring the Temple District, they came to learn that most of the clergy of Forstride and some parishioners are holed up in one well-defended temple. They also learned that the marshal responsible for the Temple District and several other of his men had died as they evacuated everyone. In addition, it seemed that most of the gnolls in this area were concentrated and emerging from the Temple of Lathander. The clerics offered to heal the party to full, and clerics of Mystra, goddess of magic, offered to restore spell slots to the spell casters. Snow delightfully obliges. Maeve interviews some of the militiamen left in the temple, trying to find out how all these gnolls got into the city. She would find that for some reason no alarms were raised as they stormed in, and not only that, but a militiaman walked away once the type of alarm was raised. Healed but disturbed, Snow urges the group to Url's temple, where they find a gaggle of gnolls just breaking in. With Chaticus' help in the form of a giant eagle and an awesome display of power, Snow froze and destroyed the gnolls, saving a frightened Theo and another acolyte. However, she'd come to see that he wasn't entirely helpless, and his faith in Url protected him. Theo and the other acolyte were returned to the large temple, and GTF entered the Temple of Lathander. They slew dozens of gnolls as Chaticus directed them with his eagle beak. Eventually, they found a spawner in the sacristy of the temple. They managed to defeat it, but not without it biting and feeble-minding poor Chaticus. Snow restored him, and good thing, for she then received a sending from Gordon. Oh, that's right, she did. Somebody did. A horde of gnolls closing in on the Wayshield Headquarters. Okay, now you can continue.
Snow, they said to go north, right?
They want
From the
us
north.
to,
From the
yes,
north.
they want us to go towards the north and come down towards the Wayshield Headquarters.
Which you know means basically go up the hill.
Well, let's get a move on.
As you guys start making your way through the streets, you find that it is weirdly empty. And as you guys start making your way to Market Avenue, we're going to shift perspective to the Excavators again. Today, Zachriel is at a brisk walk, half jog, starting to make his way toward Market Avenue. Come on.
Is he taking all deck?
What?
Is he taking all deck?
He sure is. Oh shit, why'd I do that? So when you guys get to the corner of Aldak Avenue and Market Avenue, you hear this strange mechanical sound from your right. This weird, or not this weird like clanking metal, like clank 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 clank, and everyone sort of their attention is drawn down the hill, and you guys see Torlier, and he's on a sort of vehicle that has these tread-like wheels, and he's pedaling it with his legs, with his feet. And Zachriel shouts out, "Torlier!" And he waves, and he's like controlling the device with a pair of handlebars. And Torlier like waves, and he says, Zachriel like looks back and forth and says, he shouts out, We'll catch up with you later. Stay there. And then he looks at the party and gestures to start going north. And as you guys get to here,
Go north or go south?
sorry, go south. I keep mixing it up for some reason. As you guys get to here, coming around the corner, or when you go around the corner, you see familiar faces. I believe in you guys. You can play 2 characters at once. I do it all the time.
Delia waves weakly.
Oh, you all look dreadful.
Oh, thank you. You're so kind.
I'm sorry.
You guys are looking pretty rough yourself.
No worse for wear, really. But did you also get the message from Gordon?
Yes, we did. Zachariel's family is in there. We need to get there quickly.
We're wasting time. Let's go.
Alright, you guys start making your way up Arcade Avenue further. You can see the clearly coordinated attack on the Wayshield Headquarters with the sides of the building shut up tight and the barricaded street the only way in. Knolls from the north and south descend upon it. So, like, it's a hill, so you can see, like, above the barricade here, and there's just... I don't have tokens laid down, but there's gnolls, like, crowds of them, just pushing in. And you guys start making... this whole group of you guys starts making your way up. And...
Hum grabs... not Hum, excuse me. Maeve grabs Zachariel's arm, and she says, "You're a trained fighter, man. You know we can't just walk in there without some kind of plan."
He says, well, I was planning on drawing some of them off, thinning the numbers before we can get into the barricaded area.
Do we want to split 2 ways? See if we can get this. Will one party go one way, one party go the other way? See if we can kind of take some of the pressure off the front.
Well, if you need to dive,
it looks clear. It looks clear to you guys that most of the pressure is coming from the south downward.
Well, Chadicus, that is so true. You are such a smart man. Some of those axe beaks would be wonderful right now.
Well, I could do that, or I could turn one of you into something much bigger.
Hum chimes in and she says, "I do have polymorph."
Ooh, we could do
I do too, says Delia.
Tadias kind of looks on his shoulders like, "Are you sure? You said you were pretty tired."
I could do a single polymorph spell.
And a
then maybe
Deleosaurus
some
Rex
magic.
right now would be great.
So did we decide how polymorph works with it with like casting it on myself?
You can cast it on yourself, but if you take hits, you gotta take con checks.
Okay. Would I benefit from Warcaster while I'm polymorphed?
I don't think so. All of your features get replaced, if that's what the spell says. Let me look at the spell.
Here, I'll pull it up for you.
New form can be any beast. The target's gained statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast. It retains alignment and personality. So, basically, you don't have a feat.
Because it would probably be a mental ability in some form.
Well, no. Statistics refers to everything, and I think it's making the distinction of mental ability scores because of wild shape.
Yeah. But the mental scores are the same. I mean, in polymorph, you become the thing. Your mental scores go down the same way.
They do.
Okay. The only thing I worry about is I can take maybe one good like beating from a gnoll before I'm down if I get popped out of polymorph.
Throws Cure Wounds at Delia then. Of course I roll a 2.
Yeesh. Did you cast that
I
at 3rd
think-
level?
I did cast that at 3rd level.
That sucks.
Thank you, Hum. And I'm actually gonna have Snow do a Cure Wounds on Delia too.
Hama's gonna throw a Cure Wounds at herself too.
What does it look like when Snow does Cure Wounds on Delia?
So Delia is still like piggyback on Tadias, and Snow does that thing where she sort of leans and she sees like the bloody robe and stuff, and she puts her hand on Delia's shoulder and murmurs like a quiet prayer, and then like soft snowflakes grow across Delia before they like melt and heal her wounds.
Nice.
Okay, I feel a little bit more confident now.
Hum reaches up and just touches Delia one more time.
Damn.
What the fuck? It doesn't want to heal you.
That actually brought me almost a full, so
Alright, so
I should be okay now.
figure out what kind of preparations you do as you walk up.
I think we're gonna Deliasaurus Rex.
Oh, fuck. I can't be blamed for this. Justin. Kyne's there, and this is the first time you've seen Kyne since the Temple of Internal Flame. If there's any exchanges at all that you wanted to do, Zachariel would be like, "Where did you go?" And that kind of exchange that maybe Justin can play out for us later. I just wanted to give you an opportunity to interact with Kyne before we jump into it. Okay.
Alright.
Alright. So, you guys start advancing up, and, so, what does this look like? As you guys advance toward these gnolls that are pressing on, on the lower end of the barricade. Lower in height.
So you see Delia, now that she looks a little bit better, her robes are still like torn and stuff, but she's got a lot more energy. She hops down and like holds her staff as she's running down the street, and then like these like swirls of purple magic energy envelop her, and she like grows bigger and bigger and transforms into a T-Rex.
Is anyone else polymorphing?
I think we're going to start with 1 right now. I have a different idea for Chaticus.
Alrighty. So, Zachariel just cries out at these gnolls, and a bunch of them turn around, and they start running down toward you guys. And we're going to make this... I'm going to run this first part as a big fucking mook fight. And about 12 of these gnolls just start rushing towards you guys. And it's going to be... I'm going to treat it as 2 separate gnoll fights. But big high level checks can save any character in this huge group. So we're looking at 6 on 6 for these 2. So Zachariel just leads the charge, shield out in front, and just moves to bash a couple aside. And
Fox is behind Zachrio, just taking them out with her sword.
Maeve is right with Zachriel. She has her sword drawn. She is swinging one. Hum is moving more slowly, realizing that she could probably be more help as a healer at this point.
She does have Mind Sliver.
Sure enough, she's going to run with and throw that.
All right, Chadicus is going to drop a level 3 and bring down the
Before you
Shroom
do that, do excavators first so I can math
Excavators
right.
first?
Yeah, so
Math right.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So Tadias is probably going to be hanging out, covering Hum, trying to make sure that she's safe as she's trying to fill that role. So he's going to be throwing daggers and staying a little bit further distance.
alrighty.
Ooh, I don't mean disadvantage. My bad.
Well, the 22 is the hit.
Delia is going like full on Jurassic Park mode
I'd say that.
and like trying to get
Go on.
multiple gnolls in her jaws at the same time and like throwing them across the street and like whipping them with her tail.
So I would say that an attack roll from the Tyrannosaur, and then give yourself the bonus from the 3rd level spell.
Okay, cool.
I should just give
What
you
is-
access to that.
A 4th level bonus? Is that 8?
Give me a hot second. It's 12.
Ooh, okay. Well, I needed it.
Boy, howdy. Wow. You really did. One second. There we go. I'm gonna drag that up on here. And I'm gonna make this... I'm gonna put this in... just put it in all your
Hell yeah.
players' journals so that everyone can fuck
Good
with it.
God.
It's not that big.
I wish.
Alright,
Boom, boom.
but you have access to that sheet. I'm gonna need this later. And by later, I mean in the next 5 minutes. How big is a T-Rex?
Huge.
Huge. 3x3. Okay. Fuck. Okay. One, two. Oh, that's 4. Okay, so... Did everybody roll? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Okay, so let me... Alright, I'm just gonna... Alright, give me GTF.
Bit's coming down on the gnolls with her staff, hitting them on top of the head, on the side of the head, just knocking them out.
Show me that attack roll. Oof.
Chadicus is gonna try to summon the animals with the conjure animals, but he's gonna have them move almost like a coordinated gang, kind of cutting them off and trying to round them into one big circle for something in the future.
Okay.
So,
Wait, who's in the circle? The
No,
experts?
Chadicus. Oh no, he's gonna do the dogs, the wolves.
Oh, okay.
So the idea is he's trying to like encircle them so they're all in one spot, like pack tactics kind of style, kind of get around them and cut them off so they can't escape.
The gnolls can't escape?
Kind of.
Okay.
So, what's the level 3 giving?
It gives you +8.
All right, and
So
I
it's
guess
like the wolves are herding
yeah, exactly.
gnolls.
And what kind of spell can I use for this? Do I have an attacking spell? I'll use Chill Touch.
Alrighty, nice.
30, that's actually real good.
Snow is going to... She pulls ice off of her back and then starts to like swing it almost like color guard style, above her head with one hand, and then she slams it into the ground and casts Call Lightning.
Fuck yeah. That's super effective. Alright. Oh yeah, Kine throws a steam blast at a bunch of gnolls.
And can we do the channel divinity maximum cold damage as well?
Do you want to?
Or just the one?
I mean, we're abstracting, so I don't know if I can, like, use that mechanic in this mechanic.
Okay.
I don't want you to waste it on this abstracted storytelling.
Okay.
Alright, so let me do some math.
What about Kine? Isn't Kine with us?
Oh fuck, it was to the GM. He rolled a 23. So he thrusts his hand forward and a whole bunch of the steam just like fries the gnolls and they screech out. And I think he probably saved somebody. If not him, then Chaticus. So let me do this math. So against these 12 gnolls, this Avengers Assemble scene. 22 and 23. Excavators pull it off with flying colors, while the GTF probably is going to pass to 30 from Chaticus with all those fucking wolves coming in, and Maeve gets into a little bit of trouble, but some gnolls or some wolves help her out. And you guys take down all of these creatures with almost without much of a scratch. Like, sure, maybe Maeve and Zachariel got a bite from one of them, but it wasn't enough to really pierce the skin as they just slash through all this mayhem. And you guys continue north, and the herd has been thinned significantly with your efforts. Up in the barricaded area, facing downhill, you can see now several wayshields of the brown rank, one standing on a platform, firing arrows into a crowd of gnolls that are bunched up on the barricade. Two of them are blocking gnolls from getting through via a break in the barricade. On the higher end, you see a wounded Stoneflame swinging his maul, felling gnoll after gnoll, Vardic and Madik assisting him. Another breach here too. On the porch of the Wayshield Headquarters is Gordon and Floriana. Gordon shooting a crossbow into a crowd on the north side, and Floriana slinging bolts of lightning. Let me take you to the page. So you should organize yourselves proper with that fuck huge Tyrannosaurus. And I'm gonna start rolling some initiatives. So the whole wooden stuff on the side, those are roofs, and you're along the street.
Would Call Lightning still be up?
Fuck. Would it?
I thought it was one of those ones you could keep using.
It's up to 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes? Yeah, then it totally is. You have
Okay.
one more round of it. Or not round. You have one more minute of it, so 10 rounds.
Alright, cool.
Let me start rolling some initiatives. So I've marked the gnolls with colors so that I'm not adding a million turns to the tracker.
Fair enough.
Let me see here. I really need you to... Come on now.
Good roll.
There we go. Oh boy, Groovy's having some trouble, I can hear it. I'm gonna roll for Zachariel and Kine. Zachariel's probably in the front.
Well.
I didn't. Have patience with me because I'm now playing about 10 million NPCs.
Yup.
What the fuck? Oh. The fuck? Second. Okay, there we go. Alright. They got one more. Damn, Modic. Good for you. Okay. Yeah. Alright, well, to start off, you see Modic joining Stoneflame in the fray. And I'm kind of, just, abstracting that. So for now, these ones marked with blue are going to, they turn around and they, oh wait, I forgot. Shit. So many NPCs.
Why can't I hold them up?
Why can't I hold these limes? With these NPCs, I'm not going to. I'm going to kind of abstract some of the stuff here. Okay, so now they turn around and they kind of take note of you, but they keep trying to push through the gate here, and yeah, we'll see. One there takes a couple of bites. Takes a little bit of a hurt. Oops. I clicked the wrong one. Alright, Tadias, what are you doing?
Oh boy, Tadias is running on fumes.
Is Miles running on fumes or is Tadias running on fumes?
He's like at half health, 0 spell slots, 0 improvise, 0 everything. I'm gonna start attacking screaming.
Alright.
I mean, it's been the longest day in 4th Stride. I thought that was how we were setting up this whole thing. 13 hit?
Oh man, 13 doesn't hit.
Yeah, we'll do it again with, I guess, the Blood Flame.
That hits.
Ow.
Ah! Cries out, turns around to look at you.
Guess I'm gonna bonus action dash and kind of back with Zachariel and call it a turn.
Alrighty. Hobgoblin up here, that you know as Vardic, walks up and starts engaging with this gnoll, slashing into it with a longsword. They advance further in, up north here, and start to swarm around Stoneflame. Green guys, seeing Tadias, they start to rush down, and they zoom up to Zachriel, and just this one lunges at him. But he blocks with his shield. This one goes and lunges at the Tyranitar, trying to gnaw on the Tyranitar's like, or Tyrannosaurus Rex's ankles.
Can we choose Pokemon to polymorph? I totally will do that.
Does an 8 hit?
Nope.
Just kind of gnaws uselessly. And the last green marked one rushes down and just starts to bite at one of the wolves. Oh man, they're rolling like shit.
Wow!
Alright. Wayshield in the front takes a swipe,
Party in the back.
You got mullet?
misses. I didn't hear what you said.
You said Wayshield in the front, and I said party in the back.
Oh, nice. Kine is going to like step right next to underneath the legs of oh god. Sorry, I moved your wolf for a second. It's going to step under the legs of the Tyranitar and launch this really hot ball of steam underneath Deliasaurus's legs. I'm going to put Delia here.
Fog machine.
Fog machine. Fine. I'm gonna try to hit. Where did... Wait, what? Okay, hang on, I gotta roll an attack. It misses, unfortunately. But it lands right here, and the red and the two red and the purple have to make that save, and they're gonna do that real quick. One fails. Okay, I'm just gonna do this real quick. Vox, what are you doing?
Vox is going to run up to the one attacking the T-Rex toes. And she's gonna put her hand on the shoulder and dig her sword right in his belly.
Alright. Hit. That it? Sneak attack.
Yep, sneak attack.
You skewer it, and it just kind of like slobbers all over the Tyrannosaurus's feetsies. It's dead. Alright. The red group, seeing his buddies leaving, starts to join the fun. And they go for the big target. Actually, they rush up to Vox first. This one, anyway. And this one's going to come up to Deliasaurus, and this one's going to join its buddy against the wolves. And they all do a sudden rush. So, left to right. So that was a 20 on Vox, 10 on the Tyranitar, 10 on the wolf.
10 will miss.
Alright.
10 will miss.
3 piercing on Vox. Maeve.
So Maeve's gonna run up here under the Deliasaurus Rex leg and get about here, and she is going to use Resolve really quick on this guy.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry, I was on the wrong sheet. Give me a second.
Take your time. Did you know if you double click the top of a sheet, you can collapse it? That's a hit.
And she is going to use Spell Marshal die, and she's going to try to use Sweeping Spell.
Ooh. That's gonna hit the wolves.
Oh, is it? Never mind then.
Okay. 9 slashing. Hit.
Should take a swipe at this guy. She's gonna take another swipe at him too.
Alrighty. That is unfortunately a miss. as it grabs the blade with its teeth, and then just kind of like. Blah! Anything else?
Not at this time.
All right. Hum.
So Miss Hum is going to run up next to Zachriel and Tadias, and she is going to use Mind Sliver on this guy.
This guy? Int save. Oh no. So he takes 9 psychic damage. And he has a lot of no help with his saving throws. Is that thing that happens. Anything else?
And she's also going to use her bonus action ring, Vicious Mockery.
Alrighty. So wisdom save. Does not make it. Takes more psychic damage as it racks its head. Alrighty. Anything else?
That's it.
Alright. Floriana. She takes a second and her and Zachariel's eyes meet. And they give each other a curt nod, and she moves over to here on the porch, and you watch as she extends her fingers, and she looses a huge bolt of lightning, and a bunch of the gnolls on the north side are zapped and just go down. Stone Flame, swinging his maul left and right, bang, bang, against these gnolls. And they sort of stagger a little bit away from him. These gnolls up here that are working on these Wayshields start biting. This one kind of rushes in and gets to here. And this poor sap is going to take 6 bites. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This flurry of bites, only one of them connects. I use the camera again. For 5 piercing. And then this guy right here is going to take 3. Bite, bite, bite. Alrighty. Your patience is appreciated. Alrighty. Gordon sees these gnolls forming in, and he looks up and he walks out into the street, and he drops his crossbow, and he extends his hand, and you watch as Justin's awake, everybody. Let's see if he joins. Where's my flavor text? Ah! In a flash of light, a longsword glowing with radiant energy appears in his hand. And he starts walking up and assisting Stoneflame and Modic. Alrighty, purple dudes. Gonna rush down. This one's gonna rush down with a sudden rush. Try to bite a wolf.
Puppies. No, that's a hit.
3 piercing. And, oh yeah, there's only 2 purple dudes. This one rushes down on
Wait,
Maeve.
so Gordon didn't do an attack?
He did do an attack. I abstracted it. I'm abstracting what's going on in the north for now.
Gotcha.
This one had enough movement, so Maeve, you're gonna take some attacks. Bite, bite, bite.
1 hit.
For 5 piercing. Snow.
Okay,
Oh boy.
we're gonna.
It's a shame you rolled so low.
I know. We're gonna do some call lightning, and we're gonna help the way shields up here. These blue guys.
Where are you? Can you point with the pointer where it's going?
So we don't want to hit the Wayshield dude. So we're gonna be right around this area here.
Which square?
This one.
This one here? Fuck. This one here? Where the arrowhead is?
Yeah, but like closer to this square too,
So
so that we get
square.
all three of them.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. You can certainly do that. Hi, Justin.
Well.
Welcome.
And we'll go ahead and use our channel divinity to make that max damage.
So that's a con save. Give me a hot second. 3 con saves coming up. 1, 2, 3. 1 saves.
So he only takes 15.
Holy fuck! And what do the others take?
30.
Okay, well, what's it look like when these two just get completely annihilated?
So it's basically just a giant, like, icicle hail spear that comes out of the sky and just, like, embeds them into the ground.
Yeah. It shatters on the concrete, but not in their flesh. Alright.
And then... Do I have any bonus actions?
Probably not.
Then we'll go ahead and move. Sure, we'll join everybody in the T-Rex parade.
Alright. T-Rex is coming up soon. Bit
will come up to... Can I fit between these two wolves, yeah?
You have to, like, return to an empty space, but if you're just gonna attack, then you can.
She's gonna come in, let's go, punching with her claws. On
Alrighty.
that
Cats and dogs fighting together, mass hysteria. The 21's a hit, the 13 is a miss. You gonna do martial arts?
guy. Yeah, let's do, sorry.
That's a hit. Oh, Fury of Blows, fuck yeah. Both of those hit. Mark off that key point for, you kill him. Yeah. Yeah. You bludgeon him to shit. Alrighty. This Wayshield up here looks down, and he just like, he's looking around like completely at awe with that spike that fell from the heavens, and he just says, "Thanks!" And he turns around and he's gonna hit this guy. Try to. Oh man, he crit. He takes a big swipe at this knoll up here. Attaboy. Alrighty. And this one is gonna take a pot shot at this knoll. With a longbow. Pew. Roll. Missing, hitting. Alrighty. It's motherfucking T-Rex.
Finally. Okay. We're gonna... bite this one.
Yeah.
And then swing the tail around and whack this one.
Alrighty, give me them rolls. That 25 hits. Unfortunately, the 13 misses as it just boom on the ground. And the knoll oh god. Crunch! That knoll's fucking gone.
I toss its corpse. Because
Alright.
I'm a T-Rex, and that's what I do.
Yeah. Alright, Chaticus. Fill me with what you're doing.
Well, they've kind of cut me off, so I guess we're just gonna be like chewing through as much as we can. So I guess we'll start with this one getting munched by wolves.
Alrighty, we'll say that. Yeah, never mind. Take the wolf's turn.
Yeah, because we cast them way before, so I thought they'd just enter with my initiative, considering it was so poor. So let's start with purple guy right here. I'll do first munch on the right wolf, and he has a friend, so that will be with advantage. The button will press. There it is. 22 to hit.
That sure is a hit.
5 damage.
Damage.
Wolf on the left will attack the same dude.
Okay.
19 to hit.
Definitely hits. I need to roll some strength saves.
Yes.
1. He's prone. Don't need to roll any more strength saves.
Oh, he's still getting munched on.
Oh yeah, for sure.
This one's gonna move into this space, munch on the same one, and then move back. So he'll take an opportunity attack once he's done.
Okay. He will. He will. Yeah, from both of them.
9.
Bite. 20. Oh yeah. Well, he bites and he definitely. Let's see. So for
Does the
9.
9 kill him?
No.
No. All right. So then yeah, he'll take that.
7
So.
damage.
That was the one that got hit before, so he's down to 1. All right. This one will go in and out. 13 will
Misses.
miss.
Yep.
Yeah. This back one will go for the same one.
This
22.
cacophony of bites. 22 hits, and that knoll goes down.
Okay. This one's gonna move up, I guess, around here, and then munch on red. On the
Alrighty.
right.
That is a hit for 6 pierce.
Okay. This one will kind of zoom in right here. Munch on this one.
Alrighty.
16.
8 pierce. Alrighty.
I think we're on our last one. This one's gonna go right here and munch.
Alright, this one dies. Good work.
Alright, well, Chaticus is going to use the opportunity to move up a little bit, kind of covering his escape with all this stuff. And there's so many up in the north, I'm trying to get over there as fast as I can, but I can't move faster. I guess I'll just target this one and try to clear a path for the T-Rex next turn with a chill type.
Alrighty. That's a hit. For
God,
11
takes forever.
necrotic. Didn't seem to take long to me. Alright. Well, good thing I rolled low for you, Zachariel. Anything else, Chaticus?
Oh no, I'm good.
Alrighty. Zachariel. To catch you up, although hopefully it's obvious to you what's going on.
Pretty good idea.
GTF and Excavators have formed up as both of them were called to... you weren't here for that. So both groups were called by Gordon via sending to assist as gnolls have been pressing in on the secured area of the street where the Wayshield Headquarters is. And you're in the thick of it. And to give you one more flavor thing, there was a moment where Floriana, who was up here standing on the porch of the Wayshield Headquarters, saw you, shared a glance, gave you like a nod of like approval, that attachment, and then zapped a whole bunch of them to the cardinal north in this map, which is actually south. Go ahead and take your turn.
Okay.
There's a gnoll ahead of you that looks pretty fucked up and wounded.
Alright, I'm attacking.
Yeah. That's a hit. Zachariel clocks this gnoll, sending it sprawling, not moving. Dead.
That's it.
Alrighty. Madek keeps assisting Stoneflame, walks up to here, and drives his sword into this gnoll. And that's it for their turn. Bang. I'm abstracting a little bit of this. Alright, so this gnoll down here marked with blue runs to the Wayshield on the south side and just starts raining in with bites. Bite, bite, bite. Only one hits, dealing 5 piercing. Thaddeus.
Yeah, Alright. I think I'm gonna move up with Zachary. But I haven't done the bonus action for my armor, so I'm gonna do that real quick. And I guess with 30 feet I can get right there. How big is the wall? Can I toss through it, or do I want to target this one over here?
It's kind of tall, and you'd have a lot of difficulty climbing over it, as it is a barricade.
Copy that. I'm gonna go for the blue one on the right.
Alrighty.
So I'll just throw a Rezior.
Oh, I forgot to make him do a thing. Oh well.
Do a thing.
He didn't take a turn, but that's okay. He's just kind of like picking his nose. Sees you, starts running toward you. Go ahead and take a turn.
Roll 20's chugging. I did press the button. I'm seeing if it's coming through.
Oh.
Maybe?
Oh boy.
Yeah, it might be like 3 rolls real fast, because I clicked it again.
You might have the really loud pop, pop, pop. There it is.
There it is. 13 misses.
Yes.
The second one, we'll just say that's the blood flint, and that'll be the second attack, and I'll just do the damage.
Yeah, alright. It hits his belly and it just is quaking as the blood sears in its body.
Disgusting.
Anything else?
Yeah. Nah, I'm good. I stabbed the dude picking his nose. I feel like, accomplished.
Alright. What's Vardic do?
Die, filthy gnome!
I heard gnome, but I think you said knoll.
No.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll to hit. This battle's not abstract anymore.
Oh.
Hehehehe. And for extra flavor, while you're figuring out your sheet, there was a moment last round where Gordon walked out from the porch and he stuck out his hand and he summoned a weapon into his waiting hand. And Vardic, you heard him kind of swear under his breath, "I'm getting too old for this shit." That hits. For 8 slashing. And that unfortunately misses as the gnoll, Vardic slashes through him, and then the gnoll kind of just faces him. He goes for another attack, and then he catches the blade with his mouth and just kind of like spits it out. Alright. Anything else?
No.
Alrighty. This gnoll comes up and starts going for Gordon. Bite, bite, bite. Bite, bite, bite. But you see him expertly duck and weave against all these attacks. This one goes for Stone Flame. Bite, bite, bite. With, with 2 of them hitting. Yep. Yep. For a 9 in total. Not 99. Alright. And then this one just kind of rushes around and goes for a bite at Vardic with a sudden rush. Oh, but totally misses as he catches. He hears the footsteps behind him. Blocks. And that's... Oh yeah, one more attack Stone Flame. Yeah. 2 hits. Alrighty. And Vardic, you can see that Stone Flame's getting pretty hurt. That's it for them. Who's next? Green. Any green left? No, they're all dead. This Wayshield is going to attack the one marked with yellow. Slash slash. Unfortunately, he seems to be having some trouble as Enola's like biting at his arms as he goes for it. Kine, I control Kine. Kine is going to advance over here laterally, and then he's going to shoot a steam blast at this one through the legs of the Tyranitar. Ooh. 14 is just enough to hit. Ooh, shit. Cooking this Knoll as it just falters, its nasty matted fur steaming. He's like, yeah. Vox, it's your turn.
Okay, she's gonna come right over here behind this guy and get him with her dagger.
Yeah. That's a hit.
And this is where I get sneak attack because he's engaged with
Yes.
others.
Remember the flowchart. You also get the regular damage. Alright, you thrust the blade into the shoulders of this Knoll and drag it down and just and it falls over dead. Anything else?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. I don't think there's any more reds. Nope. Maeve.
Maeve is gonna run up to the blue guy up here. And just as she's running, she's got her sword and like that running charge.
That is a miss, unfortunately. That's a hit. You fell the Knoll nose picker. Decapitation?
Absolutely. So the first one misses, but she comes back up and just swings just right so it hits him right in the neck and slices his head.
Alrighty. What's Hum doing meanwhile?
Hum is going to come up as far as she can and throw a mind sliver over here if she can.
Alrighty. You have just enough line of sight to be able to do it, because of the way the hill is sloped. Int save. Does not. 7 psych. Oh shit, hey, check it out. That's enough to kill it! As it falls over dead. Floriana takes a deep breath, shoots another spark beam at the Knolls south and up of this barricaded area. Stoneflame is going to have his day as he breathes in, his whole body flares with this fiery energy, and he is going to attack the Knolls around him with advantage. That hits. Oh! He slams this one, kills it, goes for the one next to it. Ah! And deals 13. Doesn't fell it, but does quite a bit. That's his turn. Yellow are gonna keep working on these Wayshields as they fight them off. So from left to right, bite, 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 and bite, bite, bite. 2 hits, and then for and then bite, bite, bite on the other one. Jump, jump, jump! Oh, 2 more hits on the other Wayshield, whose name we'll find out soon. Alright. You watch as Gordon walks up and his sword, as it's glowing, starts to turn green, and he slashes down on the knoll up here. Where's your sheet, bud? There it is. He hits him, dealing a whole bunch of damage and a whole bunch more damage. This one gets cleaved in two, its body sort of on fire with this radiant green energy, and fire leaps off and just completely destroys this one. That one. No. Who's next? Okay. Purples are all dead. Snow!
We're gonna... And... I guess we'll call lightning
Just to get
here.
that one.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Needs to make that save. Dexterity save. Totally fails and it just freezes on the spot or gets impaled by ice. Which one?
Let's go with flash frozen.
Yeah. Alrighty. Anything else?
Nope.
But what are you doing?
How tall is the barricade?
Who are you trying to get a line of sight on? From where you are... Oh, because of the slope of the hill, you do have line of sight on that one.
Okay, so I was gonna come up a bit and like stand on one of the dead bodies to get a little bit more. And she is going to. Yeah, she's gonna have bolts, sun bolts coming out.
All right. Wait. Oh yeah, it's bit. Pew pew pew. Yeah. Okay. The 20 hits, dealing 7 radiant damage. Alrighty. Unfortunately, the other two do not hit. Wayshields here are fighting for their lives, although they only have one more target to take down. Slash slash. Oh fuck. He takes the opportunity as this knoll has been slammed into with radiant energy, and he just drives his sword through it. And he looks over at Bit, and he has a look of confusion. Bit, you've never seen this person before, and clearly he's never seen a Tabaxi before. But then he says that, thanks. So all the knolls here are down. So I'm just going to narrate a little bit. So, actually, help me. What does it look like when you guys come up into the barricaded area and assist with the rest of these stragglers? Just give me a little flavor thing. We'll start with you, Cinna.
Sure. Well, I'm assuming the Tyrannosaurus Rex can clear the barricade.
Yeah, totally.
The T-Rex just is making a beeline for the knolls that are left, and like steps over the barricade.
Let me interject and say this Wayshield's like, is that on our side? Feel free to answer somebody.
Maybe
Well,
yes.
And the T-Rex like steps over them, like Jurassic Park style, and then chomps down on one of them.
Yeah.
And just like a dog with a chew toy.
As you get further up, you notice that the crowd of them that was to the south up the hill is thinning significantly. And Gordon just raises his sword and says, "We've got them on the run!" Or, he doesn't say that. He says, "We're tearing them down!" What does Snow do? Just give me a little thing for Snow.
Snow will probably make her way into the barricades, and try to hole up defense on the other side, and just watch the gnolls as they either leave.
All right. Nyx, what are your two characters doing? Just give me a little flavor thing.
Well, Vox is gonna probably run up and go assist Gordon.
He flashes the faintest smile at her as she approaches, and as they start striking down the last couple of gnolls that are just kind of filtering in the broken barricade. What about Bit?
Bit is going up to the others over by Mudik and Stoneflame and helping them out with her staff. She's
Pow! Pop! Sweet. Alright, what about Zachriel and Vardik?
Zachariel's just gonna charge on up through as he runs past the veterans, or the Wayshield shields. Forward, men! Final push!
They yell out with you, "Ah!" And during the fight, Gordon looks at you with this big, very approving look. It's not a big beaming smile, but it's all in his eyes.
And Vardik, seeing how fucked up Stoneflame would be, probably step over and no more comrade die on my watch. And he cast Cure Wounds on Stoneflame.
Thank you. I feel much better. More fighting. Alright. Kitties, what are your characters doing to assist in this last bit of cleanup duty?
So Maeve runs in and joins in the front. As far as she can get, just starts wailing on this guy right here.
Alright.
And then Hum is gonna come up and get to about where people are. She's gonna check on these guys over here to make sure they're doing.
Alrighty. They look hurt. And they definitely thank you for the assistance you give. Miles, your two characters. Give me a little flavor for how they're assisting with this final bit.
Tadias is pretty beat up, so he's just gonna zip on in and help out Hum, helping people move out of the conflict and away from the T-Rex in case there's collateral. And Chadicus is gonna stumble on these bodies as he's having difficulty moving around them and moving forward, as the wolves just kind of charge in and swoop in and catching the rest of the gnolls by surprise.
Alrighty.
Just tearing and flesh and just spores spewing out of them at the same time.
Hell yeah. And some more tense moments pass, and finally, you see no more gnolls coming toward you, or even anywhere on Market Avenue, at least. And at this point, to give you a little idea of time, the sun is starting to make its descent. It seems to be afternoon. So, let me do some cleanup of the map. Do you stay polymorphed, Delia?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Give me a second to accurately mark the situation as gnolls. Corpses line the ground. And, yes, Zachariel, you do see, the unfortunately unmoving body of one of your comrades in the corner here. And we'll start with this. Gordon approaches you, Zachariel. His sword fades with a small flash of light. And he looks up at Deliosaurus, and he says, "Alright, which one of you is that?"
I wiggle my 3 little fingers.
The guys will come up and explain the situation. So, pretty much, the small one is not the big one.
Oh, I see.
But not me. It's Delia.
You're big in personnel. She's just big right now.
The 3 brown rank Wayshields start working on pulling these bodies aside and trying to do what they can to set the barricade back in place.
Shadowkiss is going to whisper a quiet prayer above all the dead.
And, let's see. Gordon says, takes a breath and, yeah. Suddenly that horde of them came from the woods on the top of the hill. Like they all just spilled out. From what you told me before, I'll happen to guess that that crypt has new occupants.
Tadai's knowing.
What was that?
Tadai's kind of gives a knowing look to Hum and Zachariel.
I think you should take a breather before you head up that way if you plan on that, though.
I would say that's probably a good idea.
Floriana comes out and she just wraps her arms around Zachariel for a moment. And she just says, "I'm glad you're safe."
Fox asks Gordon, "Are you okay?"
Hanging in there. He sends a look down the hill to this person down here. All in all, he did pretty well. And then you hear a Wayshield say, "Oh, we got a live one." And there's one single gnoll from the top of the hill just running down. And you see the Wayshield draw his bowstring, and it just slams into the gnoll's face, and the gnoll collapses. And he gives a nervous look over to Gordon. And Gordon just kind of shakes his head. I've been getting reports that we've been thinning them out. I think that work you're doing with the... And he looks to the, he looks to Maeve, and he says, the one you told me about with the... You told Gordon about the null spawners, right? I'm pretty sure you did. But...
It's been a while, but
It's been a while, but what?
I think so.
Says, well, why don't you get on the porch, or here, you could pop a squat anywhere. Take a breather. And we'll figure out what we'll do next today. But when we get this all done, he looks at everybody. We all need to gather and figure out what our next overall move is going to be. I don't like these developments. Then he goes to the porch and rests on the stairs.
Just jumps up on the porch and finds a place to put her head up against the wall. She's tired.
Fox goes and sits with Gordon, telling him about Akka.
He listens, and he gets a very grim look on his face when you tell him about what's going on with the teachers. So, during your, what are you guys doing? What kind of thing are you trying to do? Are you trying to do a short rest or a breather?
I don't think a short rest would be a bad idea. I don't know how everybody else feels.
I definitely need a short rest.
Jadicus is surprisingly spry as he goes over all the dead gnolls, but Tadias is like almost unconscious in the corner next to him.
So during this hour you spend recuperating, it's like the small drip of gnolls that are running down the hill, like one at a time, and this one spry Wayshield, who seems to be pretty good with a bow, is just knocking them down as they come down, and it happens like every 10 minutes or so. Oh, yeah, everybody can benefit. Wait. Wounded out. If you or any friendly creatures. Yeah, everybody can benefit from Hum's Song of Rest. Cool, I like that. Go ahead and resolve your short rest.
This is like the Saving Private Ryan thing where they're all sitting around like the record player trying to describe the French. Just everything is busted. The siege has been happening and they're all sitting there just quietly and solemnly.
Hum whispers over to Tadias and says, "What's your favorite song?"
I like ballads. I like things with good stories. Then quiet there.
She plays the song that she's written about the battle between she and that maid, or that the one in the wood town where Tadias was dressed in the suit.
But
It's
you
just a
guys
funny-
are wait, you guys
D4s.
yeah, you're rolling D4s, Snow.
Damn.
So you ask him what he likes, then you play a meme song about his dress-up day?
Absolutely.
Nice. You see just like kind of that like brow intensify and look at you as he kind of shakes his head a little bit. You're something else, I hope you know.
She smiles at him and she goes, "That's why you love me so much."
Yeah. Oh.
Damn, that's unfortunate.
Tadias is rocking 58, and that was my last hit dice expended.
Well, good thing you've got a cook. Gloriana sits with Zachrael. Meanwhile, Stoneflame just like pops a squat on the ground. His Maul just laying down. Ugh. That was a lot of fun, but I'm getting tired. And you guys hear this sound of that same mechanical clank 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 clank, and riding that weird treaded self-propelled vehicle with pedals, a crank arm and shaft, and handlebars to steer is Torlier. me get a...
That's for you, Tobias. Another 11 should help you.
Oh, it was 11 or
3
13?
threes.
Oh,
Nice.
13. You're right.
Okay, I was about to say, did I see the math wrong?
No, it's me trying to math with a headache.
Oh, fair enough. It's just kind of still, just head against like the cement on the side.
Clank,
Kinda
clank,
just
clank,
sit
clank,
there.
clank, 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 clank. And, actually, he doesn't, he says, oh, can I get in? If you don't mind.
Good heavens, there's a flaming dwarf at the door.
Oh, he's with me.
I see the matching haircuts, and I'm like, right, okay.
Wayshield, let's call this guy Ron. This is Ron. Hold on, let me, nameplate him. Okay. He, looks at, Zachriel, and he says, what? So he's with you?
Yeah, he's with me. His
Okay.
friend.
He pulls the barricade open, and Torlier enters, and kind of like the treads on this weird treaded bicycle just kind of crushes the knoll into the pavement. And he nods to Chaticus and the Wayshield and Bid and everybody he passes. And he says, I have made it. Took me a while.
Glad you could make it.
He says, I met in that village with all of the right next to the forest. I met with I met with a gnome. I think he says he went by Londok. And I told him I was traveling with you, and he wanted to know where Hum was. I said, well, they went off. And he was quite disappointed. But he gave me something to give you.
Oh, he gave you presents for me?
And
She runs up with her hands clapping.
he hops off of the bike thing, and he pulls off this metal chest, and when he touches it, it starts to glow slightly from the heat. He says, careful, we definitely shouldn't touch. Just get...
Oh,
Let me
can
just...
we cool it down quickly?
No, I'm talking about me. And he flips it open. And then you see inside, it's like padded inside, like insulated, and there's this small box.
Delia, we got presents from Londa.
Well, that's fun.
She's-
Did you leave a note?
Well, you
It's,
gotta open
she
the box.
snatches up the box and opens it.
There's a little note that falls out. And it says, excuse me. It says, to Delia and Hum, sorry I missed you, but I was working on a few things and I thought you might enjoy these. And there's one thing for Hum, and then out of, like, it seems like it was hurriedly packed because there's two loose pieces in this box. And Hum, you pull out this strange sort of mechanical doodad that has a thing attached to it, and then a thing that falls out of the box with some small tag attached to it is a small crystal that lands by Delia's feet.
It knows
Oh.
you.
I will pick up the crystal and read the tag.
Give me a hot second. The tag for Delia says, use in the case of emergencies when you're low on power. it is a pearl of power.
Reads her tag.
Says, if you're starting to get bored by the dual shots, this little attachment here replaces it. It's very, I'm improving this. It says, it's quite a show. And then there's like all these instructions on how to replace the attachment for dual bolts in your Mojo crossbow.
Ooh.
So let me pull up that item card. And it's all explained to you, so there's no, like, you're already attuned to Mojo Crossbow, so let me just save the changes and then show to players. Yeah. Bolt Shower. This upgrade replaces dual bolts. With it, you can fire up to 10 bolts at once. As an action, you can fire the crossbow this way at either one creature or two creatures standing within 5 feet of each other at the crossbow's normal range. This attack does not affect creatures outside the hand crossbow's normal range. The targets make a DC 15 saving throw. Oh shit, that should say dexterity, I'll add that later. On a failed save, the target takes piercing damage equal to a number of d6s equal to the amount of bolts you loaded into the crossbow. On a successful save, the creature takes half the damage. Loading the crossbow requires a bonus action to load 2 bolts or an action to load 5. When you use this attack, you can spend a first level spell slot to increase the save DC to that of your highest spell save DC. Additionally, for every spell slot level higher, you can deal an additional 1d4 lightning damage for every bolt. You, and by you I mean Hum, can also use Psychic Blades, but only on one affected creature.
Wow. Scurries back to the porch so she can upgrade her bow. And the whole time she's telling Tadias about it. She looks up at Torler and she says, "Thank you so much."
You're welcome. And then he kind of like looks over the crowd and he says, Oi, Vardik.
Yes.
I've got the medal with me too. And he looks around and he says, once we get a workshop for me, I can do what you wanted me to do with all the scrap.
Brody just kind of like runs his hand over the blades and such. Yes, this will be good.
So, with your short rest concluded, Gordon
is
sorry. What?
Just before you move on, Zachary will say to Toller, how do you feel?
Tired. I've been walking at a brisk pace for hours on end. I had to stop a few times. It got too exhausted to move. But I made it.
There's someone I'd like you to meet.
Oh?
And
Aye?
Pull Floriana up.
Did you mention to him before that you were married?
I did.
You did, right? And did you tell her about him?
I haven't had the chance.
She says, Zachriel, who is this? And Torlier says, oh, is this your wife? And he bows.
Yes, this is my wife. Dear, it turns out that he's a friend from a former life.
And she kind of cocks an eyebrow. And Torlier says, hey, that's a good way to put it. We'll go with that for now. And Floriana says, I don't understand.
I think we'll have to have a long conversation about it.
She furrows her brow and she says, oh, okay. And she's like, currently she's holding your hand and her grip tightens slightly. Like she gives a squeeze. Gordon sits up from the steps of the porch, and he looks down the hill and then up the hill. That small drip of nose is concerning, but I think we're starting to get close to being rid of them.
Perhaps someone should go finish that off.
I agree. But if some of you go, I'd like some of you to stay, just in case another horde just appears out of the trees.
I think
And that's...
it'd probably be best if one of us groups stayed and seeing, no offense to Dias, but you could use a bit more rest.
I'm not going to let you go there without...
Well, I was going to suggest that we stay here and let the task force take care of this one.
I'm sure we wouldn't mind going. How are you doing, Miss?
Are you talking to me, kiddies?
I said bit, but how are we doing? Chatticus, Snow? You feel up to going?
Well, certainly it needs to be dealt with.
You know, we're short at
Yeah.
Ignacio. I'm wondering if Mr. Vardic might want to join.
Bardic will walk up to you and kneel down and hold his sword out above his head. I would be honored to fight by your side.
Well, I think that you'd be perfect to go with us. And Miss Bit, you feeling any?
Oh, much better.
Y'all look like you've been through a lot more than us, so why don't y'all stay here and we will take care of.
You can count on us to make sure there's something left here for you to return to.
Gordon pipes up and says, make sure you tell them where it is. You're the only ones who know exactly how to find it.
So Maeve goes up to Zachariel and she just says, "Why don't you just draw us a little map here where we're going?" She hands him a piece of paper.
Yeah, and he'll just draw a line from where they are straight into the center of the forest where that, I believe it was in a grove of trees that led down into a...
It was like, you had to kind of like crawl slightly through this patch of dense brush.
Okay, so you're going to walk all the way down here. When you get to the middle of the forest, there's a patch of very dense brush. You'll have to crawl underneath it. It leads down to a ruined temple of sorts.
Zachariel, draw some bushes on the map so she knows.
Okay.
Chatticus was looking real nervous at the sign of crawling. Ooh.
Oh, Chatticus, don't you worry. We'll be fine.
You can tell my knees once we're done. So how many do we
Chatticus.
anticipate to be there? Yes, Bit.
Why don't you turn yourself into a little mouse?
It is a possibility, but it is not functionally useful for destroying gnolls.
Well, for when you have to crawl.
I can only do it so many times, but we will see.
Kind.
I was just about to say, Kine, where are you going?
I forgot to move him, but he kind of has been like, kind of just talking with Stoneflame. He says, did you want me to go with you?
No.
Zachariel! We'll play that out now.
It's about time we caught up with you.
He gestures to Chatticus, Snow, Maeve, Bit, says, I went from their fire that fire complex, and I found myself. And he starts going over the story of how he ended up in the water temple, and then he talks about how he was strung up by these Sagwahin, and how GTF saved him.
Wait, you're telling me that we were both essentially within a portal away from each other?
He's been quite useful to us.
Thank you, he says, meekly.
He's a good man, he just has a tendency of getting himself into trouble, apparently.
I'm not leaving Force Stride again, he says, shaking his head. I'll stay right here.
For the best.
I'll fight these nasty creatures if necessary, but I'm not going into any more temples.
You're going into one more, because you're coming with us.
But he's like, but not the one with the fire or the watery area, right?
It's gonna be an adventure. I can't answer that question.
Maeve can't, but the Excavators can.
No, it's just a regular temple. Ruins, essentially.
Oh. I suppose I can take care of myself there.
The last time we were there, we fought some cultists and a strange cacophony of elementals bound together into one.
His light blue skin seems to pale even more, and he says, "Ah, I see."
Maeve, sorry, but perhaps it's better if he just stays here. I think the rest of you can handle it quite well.
I'd hope to keep my team together, but if you need him, I can see leaving him.
He's an old family friend of mine.
But isn't it up to Kine himself to
It's true,
decide
Kine.
whether he wants to come or not?
Stoneflame, who's still like on the ground, and he's doing that thing where like his knees are bent up and he's got his arms kind of resting on them. He looks up and he like reaches up, and Stoneflame's hand reaches the small of Kine's back, and he just shoves him and he says, "Ah, go ahead. You'll be fine." And Kine says, he looks at his hands, and he makes like an effect happen where this steam is rising, and he says, yeah, okay, I'll come."
Well, that settles that.
Shall we be off, team?
Yes.
Alrighty. So you guys head out and into the woods of the southern hill of Fourth Stride. And so you guys are here, and GTF. You walk through the busted open gate and into the forest, and I'm gonna change the music real quick. And we'll have just one more scene before we call it for tonight. So you guys walk into these kind of creepy woods. Oh boy. Okay. Sorry, lots of stuff to handle. And you just feel this sort of sense of ugh. Oh, and for flavor, meanwhile, back at the Wayshield Headquarters, Zachariel, make a Constitution saving throw.
Of course. You
still feel that present push on you and the but you kind of shake it off. But back to the.
I look at Toiler. Does he feel it? Toiler? Does he feel it?
That's a great question. He. Yeah. He. So you.
What about Kine?
Kind's a Genasi too.
Where's my daughter?
Kind. Let me roll a save for Kind. Kind of like, oh. As he's with you guys. I'll get to that. But Torlier, who is in Azier. Roll a con save for him. Oh, it's still going to the GM. Well, he rolled an 18, and he says, ugh. What? Or he says, what? Why do I feel uneasy suddenly?
It's an effect the gods use that sickens elemental creatures.
Ugh, blast them. Shakes his head.
Don't worry, the other group will take care of it soon.
I look at the, as Jadicus is going to look at the dwarf on fire and see if he sees any effects of it.
You're not with the dwarf on fire. Or, we can play this out right before you left, but that's fine.
I thought he was talking with two different characters, so I thought that we wouldn't have left yet.
No, yeah, we can play it out that you're still there. That works for me. You're trying to discern if you've seen effect on him?
Yeah.
Roll Arcana? Because this is an extra planar creature.
I don't think Jadicus would have any, inkling towards that. Just looks like a dwarf on fire. Arcana, it's a 2! I should probably change that to chat.
Yeah, you don't really know.
Noted.
So you guys make your way to this forest, and it feels very uneasy. And it's still bright, so you can easily see coming this knoll, this one single knoll that's just running toward you, and Kind just is like, ah! And he thrusts his hand out, and a steam blast hits the knoll in the face, and it just cries out, ah! And it keeps coming towards you, and it gets close to Maeve. What does Maeve do? This is free
Maeve, takes her sword off her back and very swiftly, it's just like one smooth move, she pulls her sword out and just swings it towards his head.
And he just kind of eats it, but it goes through his head and it just crumples to the ground.
And she pulls it out and she wipes his blood on his whatever he's wearing and puts it back.
Just completely naked, so his fur.
As long as it gets the blood off, right?
Yeah. Alrighty. Actually, I'm gonna take you guys back to that sheet with Wayshield's headquarters. Can you form up as GTF, please, for copy pasting purposes?
Yep. Let's move over here now.
Thank you kindly. Copy. Paste. And you guys find the area they're talking about, but you notice that this bush or bushes are just they're all kinds of bent and broken, but you do see a way down.
Well, see, we are not going to have to climb through bushes. We can just walk over the stumble.
You guys crawl down and then walk down, not crawl. You kind of finagle through these bushes, and you there's like this sort of hanging door, like it's hanging on the hinges and it's swinging. And stand by. And you start descending down, and it gets really cold. And Snow, you're right at home.
Feels good.
So let me take you to that map for the last little bit before we end tonight. Let me ping, hold on. Make sure that everyone can see. And you're here. What do you do?
It's very dark. I would like to light a torch from my little baby human eyes.
Ah, yes. Then make a torch token. No, I didn't. Okay.
I technically have produced flame, so I can also use that.
Oh,
Torch is more consistent.
do you want to do that?
Whatever makes it quicker.
I mean, I'm already halfway there. Controlled by files. And, it's 40-20, right? 20 and then 20 dim?
I believe so. Hey, things I can see now.
You can control it.
I whoosh it as you do whenever you enter a, cursed temple.
Yeah.
Indiana Jones like.
Knowles. It had to be Knowles.
Tap, tap, tap. Down the stairway you go. And cross down. And because it's like 8 o'clock, I'm just going to say that you cross down, and as you descend down the steps, this group of 4 gnolls rises to meet you. They draw their weapons, and we will continue next week. Thanks for listening, Joy.
Bye, Joy!
Bye,
Bye,
Joy.
Joy.
Bye, Joy.